not sure. This is connected. This is my personal Zoom, and I'm there, and I'm not sure what cloud.
Hopefully it don't.
No, I've saved before on my computer, and it works. And
Perfect.
Yeah, so.
Sweet. All right, ladies. So I'm gonna get this party started officially. Alexa, please turn off. I like to start my day off with music. I don't know about y'all, but good morning, everyone. My name is Cassie Landron, and I am your membership liaison for 2024. And today is our first meeting as membership directors throughout the state, and I'm pretty excited. I've been working hard on this presentation. So let's get to it. Madam President, do you have a few words for us before we get started?
Well, thank you. Let me introduce myself for those that haven't met me yet. I am your 2024 president for Florida. I am very excited and looking forward to what our team is doing for you. And in particular, is as far as this is a new position, the membership liaison for the state. And I think it's very needed considering that as much support as state can provide, that's what we're here for. So I'm excited and looking forward to everything that Cassie Landron has put together for the year. And just again, bear with us and in the thought that this is our first time, right? So we're creating because we think that there's a need for this. So your feedback throughout the year is going to be very valuable. So I look forward to celebrating you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Denora. Appreciate this opportunity, and I do not take it lightly. So I'm excited to get this started. So I decided to call this presentation Membership in a Nutshell. Oh, here we go. So to start off, our mission statement. We are a network of successful realtors advancing women as business leaders in the industry and in the communities we serve, right? I don't know about y'all, but I have that memorized at heart. So I did not read that, but it's because I believe in the mission. And so we'll get into that a little more as membership director. So here's our overview. We're going to be doing a brief introduction, talking about knowing your role, knowing the benefits, the business plan, membership in a box, the playbook, project teams, CRM implementation, events, social media, a little homework, and just thank you for coming today and making this a priority. As we know, this is a volunteer position. So before we get into it, I just want to let y'all know who's speaking here today, who's my right hand, and why we are here to be of service to you and a resource. And if I don't know if we've got someone that can mute themselves because we can hear you speaking. Let me see if can I do it? Oh, I can. Yes, perfect. All righty. So my name is Cassie Landron. I am the broker owner for Wolfpack Realty out of Deltona, Florida. I am also the past president for Women's Council of Realtors, Volusia area. Last year, I was the We Care chair, which was a first time position as well. So I really enjoyed creating that. And we had out of all of our networks, only one did not participate in We Care. So it was an incredible outcome. And then lastly, during my presidency, I was actually awarded a presidential award as the Magic Maker. So that was pretty cool. And what was really weird is that when I had my leadership summit with my local network, on the binder it said magical year. And the state president did not know that. So very eerie, but very, amazing. What I thought in my head came to life the year I was president. And so that's me. I'm also an Air Force veteran. I'm married. I've got 3 little kids, 6, 8, and 10. One of them is an amazing gymnast. In fact, we just came back from her competition this past weekend. She placed first place in 3 out of 5 categories and then second and third in the other 2. So top 3 in all. So pretty amazing. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce my counterpart, Gina Sanchez. And before she introduces herself, Gina is someone that I've known for quite some time now. I actually mentored her while I was at EXP Realty. And I've been able to see her grow significantly. And I just knew she was watching me during my president-elect and presidency in Women's Council. So I recruited Gina. I know that for sure, right, Gina?
Mm-hmm.
But not like, hey, you got to join, but through social media. And she saw what I was doing. It's like, hey, I'm ready to get involved, Cassie. And so I plugged her in, and she ended up being an incredible president for the Orlando network. And so without further ado, Gina, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. As Cassie said, my name is Gina. I was the 2023 president for Orlando, and I also received the Rising Star Award during my presidency. And just a little bit about Cassie real quick, though. She did recruit me, right? And I have to tell you, social media makes such a big impact. And that's why during my year of presidency, I pushed the constant posting on social media, because the way I was like, what is this Women's Council about? I would see Cassie sharing all these events and they were having a good time. And it just seemed like a really great group of like-minded individuals that would get together for all these events. And when she told me about it, I was like, I have to be part of this group. But she was a little too far because she lives over in the Volusia area and I'm in Orlando. And I was like, well, is there one local in my area? And I got to digging and I got involved, and it was the best decision ever. We had a fantastic year last year, and we really brought the network back, started bringing it back to kind of its former glory. We had a struggling network. We really worked hard to improve our image and bring in new members, new leadership, and we did a fantastic job. And with that, what else? Oh, I am a mom too. I'm a Marine vet, and I have two boys, a 11-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they're both into martial arts. My oldest is in jiu-jitsu and the little one is in taekwondo. And my oldest is also a bit of a coder. He does some coding classes. So he's gonna be my future. I told him he's gonna be the one that takes care of me so I can retire early.
Oh man. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Gina. And just like Gina, I have a similar story with my network. My network was on the verge of dismantling. And the reason why I got the Magic Maker Award was because I was able to double my membership in my year. And you'll see those numbers here shortly when we start looking at our network numbers. And, I get the question asked all the time, how did you do it? It's really not rocket science. So I will definitely share those tips as we go through this presentation. So know your role. First and foremost, know your role. So the membership director conducts an aggressive outreach strategy to communicate the value of the network and the Women's Council brand, engaging prospective, new, and renewing members. So this is in a nutshell, right? But it goes a lot more beyond that. And so what I thought was really important, one of the things that I realized was the value proposition. It was essential to understand, believe, and convey the unique value proposition of the Women's Council of Realtors. So, quick perspective, my membership director for 2022, she was great at the organization part of things, right? And keeping track of our network spreadsheet. But when it came to recruiting, it was pretty funny because people would call her and she'd be like, hey, Cassie, someone called, but you know better how to articulate our value proposition. Can you call them? And that's what I would do. I knew how to articulate the value. And it was because I understood it, I believed in it, and of course, conveyed it. I called myself a cheerleader for the Women's Council. I owned it 100%. I even wore the t-shirt in the badge too. But then it comes to recruitment and retention. It's crucial to focus not only on recruiting members, and this is something me and Denora talked about, but also on retaining them through active involvement. Sustained engagement fosters a vibrant and supportive community, ensuring long-term growth and success for the organization. Okay, so it's not just about getting somebody in, right? But keeping them. How do we keep our members? And a lot of times it comes down to just engagement, giving them a task, right? And a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, okay, yeah, but nobody wants to volunteer, right? But think of it this way. When you see something in someone, when you are intentional with how you look at your members and guests, you start seeing things in them. A true leader starts to identify in people, oh, wow, they've got they've got a skill there. I like how they talk with the people when they come in. And you use that to your advantage, right? So for instance, one time when I was sitting, I started meeting on a weekly basis, right? To be consistent, right? As time blocking, we need to time block in our business. The Women's Council is also a business. So somebody was a new member, right? And she came in and met us, and I love to ask questions, right? That's what we do in the real estate business. And I'm like, okay, it's great. What brought you here? What's got you interested in Women's Council? Whatever. And then I said, well, what are some of your strong suits? Because I was really trying to recruit some leaders because the year prior, it was literally me and the president. Everybody else had abandoned the president for 2021 for our network. Okay. So I needed to completely design the rest of my leadership bench. So I was on the hunt, not only for members, but for leaders. Okay. And so she's like, well, I'm really good at scheduling my social media out a week in advance. Voila. I was like, excuse me, ma'am? You what? Okay, thank you very much. Would you like to be our social media chair? And I kind of chuckled about it, but I was actually serious. Long story short, she became our social media chair, and I made sure to always tell her how great of a job that she was doing. She was on the ball, and she really helped to increase our outreach on our social media page. And guess what? Now what is this? 2 years later, she is now president-elect for our network. All righty, so know your role and numbers. So we're going to get a little into this spreadsheet in a second here, but I want you to look right here where it says position. One thing I really noticed as president was that most people didn't really read this and take this to heart. Maybe they read it at their leadership summit and never looked at it again. But this right here is something we need to know and understand and have at our fingertips. So I made sure to put it in our membership in a box shared drive. That way you always had it there and can have a place that has all membership specific things in one place for us, because we didn't have that in that folder beforehand, but it was on the website. But who looks at the website, right? But I will challenge you on that. So here, this is where I got the general oversight, right? Conducts an aggressive outreach strategy to communicate the value of the network. But then it goes on for major responsibilities. Okay, so it's really important for you to read this. Take it to heart. Know the important relationships you need to have. Network new members, network renewing members, governing board. What was really funny when I was
It was
president,
really good.
yes,
Yeah.
and a lot
Yeah, it
of,
was like 21 people, I think. It was a good one. Yeah.
oh, 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 it was a good one, I guess. But so yeah, so know your position and work on it. Look at it every week if you have to remind yourself what your position is here. But here we go. So know your role and numbers. So as you can see, we have all of our numbers here. Okay, this is from December 29th, 2023, but this is the most recent pool as of February 15th, 2024. Okay, these are our numbers. This is our bottom line, 1963. So from last year, we've increased overall, right? But here it'll show you how many realtors you have broken down, how many national affiliates. So if you want to take a picture of this, you might want to take a screenshot. And then the ratios, okay? The ratios are important to know, and we'll get to that in a sec, right? In red, you'll see some are over that ratio. And there's nothing, it's just to be aware of it and correct future. So it shows here, change of members count. Okay. So this just goes to show where you guys were last year and this year. So take into account the number for your network, right? so that you can base your goal for this year, right? Because we still have 3/4 of the year for your membership recruitment and retention efforts.
Excuse me, Cassie, quick question. Linda Deering here from Flagler.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I was wondering how many affiliates can we have?
Absolutely. I actually cover it further on, but national affiliates is 20% of your membership.
Thank you.
You're
Cassie,
welcome.
can we go back to that slide, please? Because I just want to look at, so the ratio, I'm Rosie Matos from Palm Beach County, so the ratio shows 21%. What does that mean that I know that we went up, but what does that mean in red? What does that mean?
It means you're over the 20% threshold for national
Okay.
affiliates.
Okay,
So you should
okay,
be
thank you.
20% and below.
Over 20%. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Mhm.
So you guys, during my presidency, you guys have access to the network builder. Okay, and I know some of y'all may or may not have access to it yet, or may not even know how to get to it. Because it is new. I didn't have this during my year, but the network builder is actually an asset. It actually has much more functionality, and actually shows even like past members. In the past, when we pulled our rosters, it was very basic and it only showed our past members from like the past few months, maybe. You would have to actually go to national, which we all know that sometimes that can be a feat in and of itself, to actually get past members. But here they have resolved that issue. So if you have it, this is what it looks like, right? You're going to log in to your account for Women's Council, right? Here we go. So go to your account. And then up there, you'll see network builders right up here. Here, network builder. And that should show up if you are a leader in your network. So it's pretty cool because you can actually categorize these, organize it in a way that you need by renewal date, by realtor, by national affiliate. Has all the information, as you can see there, paid through mobile phone, easily exported. Very nice display. So it's really great. And when
Cassie, excuse me, how do you sort it?
I imagine you sort it by clicking on the top. Bianca, you want to chime in? She knows how to organize it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That really helps.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute. Hi, everyone. I'm Bianca Ortiz. I'm the Volusia area membership director. So with that, I love the network builder. I use it all the time. It works just like an Excel spreadsheet. So like if you click the top category, it'll organize all of the members based off of that category you selected. So like if you see in the video, they were clicking what does it say? Like the title of the member, that whether they're a realtor or a national affiliate. So you can actually select it so that all of your national affiliates come first on the list, or all of your realtors come first. You can also go to the paid, and you can also go to the paid through date and see who are all of your current active members and who are the ones that need to be renewed.
Perfect. Thank you.
You click on the top, excuse me, you click on the top where it says member ID or primary item name.
Exactly. Yeah. If you click on those categories, it will categorize all of your members in there, by them. And so it can be like a alphabetical order. It can be by their city. So you can even categorize it by the city of the address that they have there. There's so many different ways that you can have all of those members pop up first. So What I do, I usually go straight to the paid through date, and then I select it so that it says like 12/31/2024, so that I can see who all is active, and then who else needs to pay their dues so that they can become active.
Awesome. Thank you, Bianca. Bianca's actually the one that made this video, by the way.
You can also export this too, like, so you can download it to your computer. And then it also lets you still pull a list of past members as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see older members. If you are wanting to reach out to those people that have been members in the past, you can do that as well.
So
Former
you
members.
see this former members right here. See the tab? So, and then coming soon is the other ones. So this will be really nice, right? My cases and contact WCR staff. That is coming soon. But that's the great thing. Former members, when I asked Bianca, I'm like, hey, can you go back far? And she could find stuff from literally 2004. So it's a great resource. And we'll talk about more why, because before we didn't have that ability unless we reached out to national. So another thing that that was a strong suit of mine was knowing the benefits of women's council. And when you think of the benefits, right? The first thing you think of is the 4 pillars of women's council, right? Apparently they've updated it, but I wanted to bring in both, right? Because really the 4 pillars, the original 4 pillars, which is education, networking, referrals, and leadership, is crucial to know and understand, right? With women's council, you have education on the local level, state level, and national level, right? Like we have tons of educational opportunities alone, right? Not only are you learning in these courses, but even if you're a leader in women's council, you're learning. You're learning how to be a president. You're learning how to be a vice president. You're learning how to be an event director or a treasurer. Like this is all education, right? And that kind of spills into leadership. And then you have networking. Networking meaning, when it comes to events, we're supposed to have 4 industry events and 2 networking at a bare minimum, right? So, but that's at the local level, but you also have opportunity at the state and at the national level to network with women. We have the Radius account. So if, like for me, sometimes someone's like, hey, can you help me buy a house in Minnesota? Guess what? I'm looking on the member finder on Women's Council website to go find somebody in Minnesota, and I'm going to call them and interview them myself to make sure that and looking on their Facebook page to refer this person. And at the same time, we're networking, right? With these people through that option on Radius. Of course, sending referrals. People can find you or you can find them. Some of the best networking I've been able to do is at the state and national conferences. We make some amazing relationships through that. And then, of course, leadership, right? We get the opportunity. I feel like it's like a leadership academy, just being a leader here in Women's Council, right? As membership directors, let me pause here for a second. I want to know how many Realtor members we have here. And it's just shout out your network. Because I'm pretty sure most of our membership directors are possibly non-realtors.
East Coast Realtor.
Okay.
Rosie
Hernandez,
Realtor.
Okay.
National affiliate, Stewart.
Tampa Realtor.
Naples affiliate.
Okay.
Rosie Matos Realtor.
Okay. It's kind of looking almost 50-50, right? So let's talk about the opportunity here, right? As either a national affiliate or even a realtor. To me, what's really cool is if you're a national affiliate, there's a huge opportunity here, right? Because as a national affiliate, you're getting involved with the realtors. You're taking it a step up, in my opinion. You have strategic partnerships, and then you have national affiliates. Strategic partnerships pay to promote their business, while national affiliates pay to be a voting member of the council, right? So, but if you think about it, even beyond that, as a membership director, you literally have the spreadsheet to all the members in Women's Council. And by far, the most committed people in the industry are typically Women's Council members. If you go to these conferences, you're going to see the pattern. at Florida Realtors, at National Association of Realtors. There's a huge advantage being a membership director as a non-realtor and a realtor, right? But as a non-realtor, I'm speaking to you right now. So you literally have the spreadsheet, but you're putting in time instead of, and money, but not as much money, let's say, as a strategic partner at the platinum level, right? But you get to have the relationship, because let's be real. Strategic partners can pay money, not show up, and guess what? They may not get their benefits. They may not be getting what they think they're going to get. But as a national affiliate, if you put your heart and soul and you really support the council and its mission, it's going to come back a millionfold to you, because they're going to see you as someone that is, if you're this dedicated to a volunteer position that supports the mission of Women's Council, we can only imagine what that looks like in your business, right? So,
Okay, so.
oh, okay, who needs to be muted? Gina, can you help me? Okay, so then as a Realtor member, right? What is the benefit to you, right? Because you're a Realtor, you're the membership director, you got to recruit other Realtors, right? Because that's really what we want. We want all the Realtors. Yes, we would love national affiliates, but as you can see, we have to only have 20% of our membership as national affiliate, right? And our national affiliates should become national affiliates because they want to put their time into Women's Council, not just because they want to get a cheaper bargain, right? They are looking to become part of membership or become part of the treasurer position or some project team or something of that nature, some type of leadership position that doesn't require being a realtor, right? But as a realtor member, you get to, especially if you're newer, and even if you're older in the business, you get to build those skills, those networking skills, those conversational skills with other professionals in your industry. Let me tell you, when I've been in Women's Council since 2020, so I'm in almost 4 years come summer. And now I know everybody. Okay, so when I go and I have to show a property or I need some information and I see it's a Women's Council girl or someone I've met through Women's Council, it's so much easier, right? Hey, girl, hey, I got a buyer for this. I would love to work with you. What's the inside scoop? I bet you anything you're going to get the better inside scoop than somebody else they don't know, right? Um, but let me tell you, Women's Council taught me so many different skills, and just being in those leadership roles. Okay. Now, aside from that, right? I don't know if you know this, but we have a podcast. We have a YouTube channel. That YouTube channel is a gold mine. Back in 2020, when we couldn't meet in person, everything was put on that YouTube channel. So the amount of resources is not only resources for Women's Council, literally a majority of this stuff can be translated into our own businesses. So that's why I loved listening to the YouTube channel, because some stuff I was learning so that I can up my game as a leader and also in my business. And then, of course, all the other stuff that is in between, like the Office Depot. That's my favorite right there. I use that Office Depot discount card all the time. And everything else, travel, rental cars, ticket deals, Constant Contact. I'm sure a lot of y'all use that. So yes, know the benefits so that when someone puts you on the spot, it's natural. And the way to know about these benefits, go play on the website.
Is that on the WCR.org website?
Absolutely. That thing is a gold mine as well. That's what I used to do when I was president-elect, trying to figure out how to fix this network. Literally every single night that I was putting my kids to sleep, scratching their backs, I was playing on the website and just play every single tab, looked at everything, read everything. And I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. They even have newsletters too. It's incredible what we have there at our fingertips and we don't even know it.
What is is there a list of those benefits, the constant, the Home Depot, all that?
Yes, it's actually in our website. It's called the Member Saving Center.
On the Florida one or?
No. WCR.org has everything Women's Council has to offer.
And it's I'm sorry, what did you say?
WCR.org.
Right. And what's it under, member benefits?
More than likely, I would have to go look at the website because there's quite a few different tabs. But yes, that's why I recommend that we play with that website because it will open up your eyeballs like you would not believe.
Thanks.
Cassie, I think that this slide is amazing. I like it a lot, and I think that it should be a slide that we have for our presentations, our membership, new members presentation, because it's easy and it flows really well, and it has all the information in one slide. So
Oh, absolutely. Well,
so I
you're
really
gonna
like it.
love what I share with you here shortly, and that was all Bianca helped me to revamp
Yes.
the membership director orientation presentation. You'll see that here shortly.
Yeah.
So we can pick this one up too, have a copy of this one.
The membership orientation presentation, absolutely. It's a Canva. I have the actual Canva template for y'all.
Oh yeah, I've watched that, but what about this one? I really like this one too.
Oh, I mean, I could share this one. This is more
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
membership.
that'd be great. Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
adding this to my presentation today.
I'm telling you, huh? It's great. It's
I
great.
already
Love
did
to
a
hear it.
screenshot.
Yes.
I love it.
Put
Yeah.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
love into this. Okay, so we already went with Network Builder. Okay, so let's talk about our business plan, right? The business plan, the overview of the business plan, and you'll find this as well in the shared drive. You should have all been sent it in email. If you don't have access, just please let us know, and that way we can get you direct access. It has everything, and if I have time, I'll go through it. So let me try to get through this fast. So business plan, the overview of the business plan. I took this from the OG business plan on WCR.org that is provided to us, especially to the president. But there is a section in there. The business plan itself is like a multi-page thing, right? But there's one page for membership. And this is what it says. Maintain minimum of 20 realtors. Okay. This is, before disbandment, right? I was on this verge right here, like about 19 when I came into the picture. And then we ended about over 50 members. Maintain max of 20% non-realtor members, right? That's that affiliate. Maintain max of 20%. Implement a timely new member welcome and orientation process. Okay, that's what membership in a box is for, right? Personal member interviews. New members are a priority, but I challenge you. If you're a membership director, you should be interviewing everybody. And if you know they're a past member, come from that perspective, right? Instead of just following the new member one, although the new member one is pretty relevant to anybody, whether past or new member. And that also is in the shared drive. Implement a first-year member communication strategy. Well, we already have one in the drive, so you can use that or you can build upon it, okay? Develop and implement a strategy focused on recruitment and retention. This is where most of your work comes in, right? In that business plan. You come up with the strategy because there's so many. There's no one right way. And then this is an addition that I made based off of that business plan. I wanted to make something a little cute and pretty. And this is also something you can find in the drive, but also I will be providing the Canva template. It's a one-page business plan for a weekly visual reminder. And as I told y'all before, when it comes to this position, I took it seriously. So I met every Tuesday for 2 hours to work on the Women's Council. And that was probably another big factor as to why I was so successful my year, because I time blocked my time for Women's Council. Everything else was out of the way, and I focused on Women's Council, my position. So I would highly recommend, even if it's in an hour, because at that time I was president and president-elect. It's a lot bigger view of everything. But when you're talking membership, you're just focused on membership, which is really nice. So even putting 1 to 2 hours a week will significantly help you in hitting your goals for your network. So membership in a box, this is the name of our shared drive. It has everything in there. Membership in a box was just it was just like it's a shared drive for all membership directors to use that includes role-specific resources and templates. Everything taught today is found in the drive or website, but mostly in the drive because I took it from the website. And how to use it. This is used as a place to copy all the templates into your own local membership director folder so you can edit as you wish. Okay, so yes, we have our shared drive at the state level, but you want to take all this and have your own local network membership drive. That way you can combine whatever stuff that you make on your own in there. Okay. And then the playbook. The playbook is something that was created in the last about 2 years. It was 3 states, I believe, that worked on this. Florida being one of them. Florida, Texas, and California, I believe, is who worked on the membership in a box, actually. The playbook, I believe, was probably Beata and her her side of her personality. But it kind of breaks down here. The playbook offers a comprehensive month by month guide outlining essential tasks to be accomplished, ensuring effective recruitment, engagement, and retention strategies for sustaining a vibrant and thriving community within the organization. Okay, so it kind of just tells you what you should be doing. The membership director playbook is not as detailed as, let's say, the president one, right? Because the president has multiple things that they have to oversee, while membership is just membership, right? So with this, I'm going to be tweaking some of this stuff based off of the things that I've created and kind of, learned about membership in a nutshell. But as you can see, a lot of it is just attending local governing board members, getting familiar with Member in a Box. I would also put in there, get familiar with the website, with the YouTube, with the podcast. You're going to learn stuff for yourself doing this. Okay. Working with the events director for orientation event, right? That's an event that you get to kind of co-lead with the event director. Sit at the check-in table to familiarize yourself with members, things of that nature. So make sure you know what this playbook looks like, because it just kind of tells you the things you should be doing. And so membership. All right, so let's talk about membership. Membership is not a one-man show. It shouldn't be. Should not be a one-man show. It should be a team. And project team kind of looks like this. You should have a recruitment and retention team, an ambassador team, and a communications team. The biggest team should probably be the ambassadors, right? But the recruitment and retention, you're looking at your membership director bench here, okay? And you want at least 2 people, one for recruitment, one for retention, right? You want at least 2 people for that project team, maybe 3. They create and implement strategies with you, the membership director, right? But you can delegate. And then they can help you with member interviews, right? So if you've got a huge network and you're struggling to get all these interviews, delegate. Delegation is key. And people like when you delegate specific tasks and not bogus ones or vague ones. Okay. That was one of the biggest ahas for me when I started giving people specific tasks. Wow, what a difference. That's when I started to see my volunteer count go up, because I wasn't just telling them, hey, what do you want to do? No. Hey, I need you to do this at this event at this time and show up at this time. Can you do it? Right? Not like that, a little more graceful. But they would say yes, because it was specific, right? People need structure. So the ambassadors team, you want like 10 to 20% of your membership to be ambassadors. Look at the people that come to your events all the time. Maybe an ambassador is a strategic partner that comes to every single event. Let me tell you, they love to wear that blue sash. So make sure you got something special indicating those ambassadors, because they're the ones, when you give them the title ambassador, which we all are, right? As leaders, especially in Women's Council. But when you give someone, a member who wants to get a little more involved, but not too much, an ambassador title, you just let them know, hey, please be at our event, 30 minutes prior. Have those ambassadors be the ones that are sitting at that event sign-in table, right? Have someone sitting at that sign-in table with maybe a strategic partner, so that you, the membership director, are not bound to that table, but you have someone from the membership team there, and they know what you mean by giving the Disney experience, right? Because what's the most important thing? The most important thing, the biggest feedback I got was the way we made people feel when they came to our events. That is number one. So our goal, I used to tell my girls, I'm like, don't be cliquish. I want you to look for the straggler, for the loner in the corner, the new person. Anytime. I knew our membership more than anyone on my board. I knew that roster like you would not believe. So when I saw someone, I'm like, oh, hey, you're a new face. How are you? What's your name? That's how I would greet people. I like to be walking around as the president. Membership director should be doing that as well. In fact, the membership director in 2020 for our network was kind of like the nail in the coffin for me when I got into Women's Council, because he called me after an event that I went to that I really enjoyed. Okay. So yeah, be strategic on how you do this, right? Anything membership specific. So, imagine having 5 people just in an event as an ambassador. It's like, hey, all your job is to do is to network, make people feel good, and make sure that everyone feels welcome, especially if they're a new person. Make sure that we recognize that. And then communication. You have a team for doing a newsletter, for event attendance follow-up, right? After they come to an event, like, oh my God, it was so great to see you. Would love to see you at our next event. Don't forget, this is our next event. Hey, I made sure to follow you on Facebook, right? Have your team do that. Make sure that they're following your Facebook page. The member survey, having one for your members, right? We already have the interview, right? So that's kind of for a new member, but a member survey for like existing members so that they know, if they're happy or not, or what they're looking for. So you can give that feedback to your board and events so that they can work on those things, right? But bottom line, as the membership director, you are responsible for forming an amazing team and looking for your replacement too. So just to give you just an overall real quick, I created this the year of my presidency, but this was an organizational chart because I realized, oh, every position has an oversight of project teams. In a perfect world, this is what a network would look like, a local network. So because a lot of times we take all the responsibility when we should really be making a team. And when you make a team, what does that do? It gets members involved at a smaller capacity so that they stay longer. So that's how it should really look. And that's why it's important to get to know your members and new people and see what are their strengths. Events, right? So we just pretty much spoke about events, but the member orientation itself. So in the drive, what we recommend is 2 to 4 per year, depending on your network, right? Is it going to be together with one of your 6 events, or is it going to be a separate one? You have the Canva presentation template. That's the QR code for it right there. This is the one that Bianca just recreated. And I loved it. So I was like, thank you. I'm going to share this with all the ladies so that they can also use it and take advantage. I think hers actually looks a little better than mine. The shared drive has the agenda, like how an agenda should look like and flow for that membership orientation, to include welcoming the newest members, right? Making sure that they get recognition. People love recognition in our business, right? Most of us are all people persons, people pleasers, and like to be recognized. There's even a script for the membership orientation. It is in the drive. And I've also categorized the drive, so that's a little easier to find resources specific to the orientation. I even created a brand new icebreaker bingo, which was pretty cool. But I've done icebreaker bingos, love them, but I made this a little more focused on Women's Council so that people could learn about the council and get them even more excited. Go and find a strategic partner that's been a strategic partner for years and ask them why they love the Women's Council, right? So then they're having these conversations with people. It's all about the strategy, right? The sign-in table, recommend at an event, not just the membership orientation, but at every event. Recommend pairing up one realtor and one strategic partner or national affiliate, right? What do our national affiliates and strategic partners want? They want to do business with our realtor members at the end of the day. Make sure we pair them up and they can pair up as a team and man the table. Someone needs to go to the restroom, someone stays there so that that sign-in table is always manned and everyone is greeted as if they are a rock star. Create new member and guest pins so they stick out to leaders and members, right? That's exciting. And it makes it easy to see who's new, who's not, you know. Provide a Disney experience at the event. Membership director should be roaming at events, strategically networking and connecting. So if you see a new person, you get to know them, you know, ask a few questions, be like, hey, I want to introduce you to so and so. That's what you should be doing. Hey, I remember when I went to one of my first chamber events here in my local area because I didn't know nobody here. It's not where I'm from. I will never forget when I went and she's like, hey, let me introduce you to somebody. I loved that because now I didn't feel like, I don't know anybody here. Even me, the talkative Cassie, I was, you know, if I didn't know anyone, I still felt uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Ambassadors should be welcoming and keeping an eye out for loners, you membership director especially. And then the membership drive, you know, so I believe we have about 2 drives a year that are led by national. So be aware of them. And when they happen, to maximize the opportunity and social media graphics provided, because they usually provide those, right? Even though you're not social media chair, make sure you're working so that you're working cohesively with your events director and social media, okay? And use your personal account too. All right, so CRM implementation. So let me pause this real quick. Who has a CRM in their network? Anybody? Anyone? Ooh, I like that. I had a feeling we didn't have one either until this year. And CRM, I mean, Women's Council is a business. Why don't we have a CRM, right? And we should. It tracks everything. So when we're teaching the next membership director to come in, they have all the records, right? So here's a great, I'm going to show you this, the CRM. I had Bianca do this video for me. HubSpot. Anybody heard of HubSpot?
I have, yeah.
Man, let me tell you, HubSpot is incredible. You know why? It's free. It's free, and the amount of benefits you get with it at the free level is insane. So as you can see, we have it for the Volusia area. So she's just showing you some stuff. So you got contacts. So you can export those, all those names that you have in the network builder, export and then import, right? Put them in here. Make sure you get phone numbers up to date. And remember, we're supposed to have a team. So maybe delegate this task. Someone that doesn't really want to do as much, but wants to put a little something into it. You have all types of things. Look, it even has a business card scanner. So when you're out there at your local network stuff and you get all these business cards, you can literally from your fingertips on your phone, because there is an app, has landing pages. You can even build look at this. Oh my. She created an entire newsletter. Remember, constant contact costs money. So does Mailer Lite and all those other things. And guess what? This is free. And look how it is so pretty. You should see the newsletter that she created through HubSpot for free. And it even shows all the open rates and click rates and all that. Free. We should all be getting this for our networks. Imagine all of y'all being the membership director that brings in starts the CRM for a network. At the end of the day, it helps you as well. Shows you top engaged contacts, top click links. What? And then, of course, you can pay and upgrade, but who needs to upgrade if you got all this? So what does that tell me? I need to go reach out to all these ladies. Be like, that's not a member. Let me call her. Personally invite her to come to our next event. Right? It's pretty amazing. Look at all these people that are looking at the newsletter. And that was after just sending one from this platform. So consider CRM implementation. Gina, can you do me a favor and monitor the chat? It looks like we got quite a few there. If you see anything that kind of stands out. or maybe just, we'll get to it here in a sec. But yeah, so that is HubSpot. I just want to share that with y'all. So this is kind of HubSpot offers several free tools. So this is what it is. It's CRM. HubSpot's free CRM allows you to organize, track, and nurture your leads and customers in one platform, providing insights to help you build stronger relationships, business card scanner included. You can even see when people read your emails. You got the email marketing. You just saw what you can do. You've got forms that you can create. Custom forms for your website to capture leads and gather valuable information about your contacts, right? Maybe you can use this instead of doing a paper sign-in at your events. If you don't have like an Eventbrite or whatever, and you always have like that paper thing that you want people to sign in, maybe create a form in HubSpot. So now everyone just went in there so that whoever sponsored that event, it's an easy export for those people that probably get that as a benefit for being a sponsor. Has a live chat tool. Not too sure how that works. Has a meeting scheduler, member interviews. You could use that. All right. A reporting dashboard. We saw what it can do, at least on the email performance, but it also can probably show in other things as well. And then these tools can be incredibly valuable for businesses looking to improve their marketing, customer relationship management processes without breaking the bank. Social media. It is not the primary responsibility of the membership team, but however, it's crucial that we provide reminders and templates for member-specific stuff, right? New members, we have templates for that, right? Member in a Box has them already. And our president, Denora, also got new ones for us because she wants us to kind of revamp those. Renewing members, we should celebrate our renewing members too, and even say, hey, they've been for 4 years. That way people can see, like, dang, people have been there for that many years. I need to check that out, right? Member achievements. Oh, so hey, you guys know this year ABR is free. The ABR class is free. You're saving $300. So I imagine we're going to have a lot of ABR designations coming out this year, amongst other things, right? So make sure when I remember as president, I would look at my weekly newsletter from our local association, and they always shouted out if someone got a designation or something like that. So I would just screenshot it and send it to my social media chair, and she would make a post. Hey, so-and-so got their GRI. Congrats. ABR or SRS or SRES, And then, of course, birthday shout outs. Who doesn't love those? So make sure if you have that CRM or even at the bare minimum Google Contacts, you can put a birthday in there so it'll show on the calendar, the Google Calendar that you have for your network. Ooh, I made it. 9:56. Oh man, that was wonderful. So here's your homework, okay? I want y'all to get access to Membership in a Box and WCR.org. I even created a QR code, make things easy. Make sure that you access them, you mark them, or star the drive. I star my drive. Any drive that I look at on a regular basis, I make sure it's starred. And it just makes things so much easier to find. And then click through. When you go through WCR.org, literally go through every single tab and go through every single thing. And just read it little by little. Give yourself 10, 15 minutes to play with the website every time that you're focused on your Women's Council duties. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot through it. It is gold mine. And fill out your business plans. If you haven't already, work with your local network president on this and print it out so you can look at it weekly. You saw where your membership numbers were, right? Maybe it could have fluctuated a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks. But where are you now? And where do you want to be by the end? Because I want to see what these business plans look like so that every time we meet, and if we want to, we celebrate, getting members, retain members and recruit members, and see by the end of the year, see if we hit our goals, our business plan for membership recruitment and retention. And then watch 3 videos about WCR membership. Okay. There is so much resources. I even made just a playlist, and that is where this QR code goes to. All right. The QR code goes straight to the WCR membership playlist that I created based off of the national YouTube page, because there's so many videos in there. So I went through and looked for the ones that were membership specific. So yeah, watch 3 of those videos, and then that way we can talk about what we learned from those videos. Also, I didn't really bring it up, but who has the access or saved the link tree for WCR Florida? Anyone have link tree? Know how to get to the link tree?
Yes.
Okay. Have you played with the stuff that's in link tree?
Yes, we actually have a localized link tree with just our immediate
Yes,
a
that's
board of directors. We have all the bylaws. We have a really it's very comprehensive. So we started to register our members at a local level first
Mhm.
and sending them by check to the national, because there was a lot of lag time between when they enrolled and when they actually came up on
Oh,
our
I'm so glad you brought this
as
up.
member.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what we started to do once they became a member on our end, and we just started doing this in January, we sent them to our personal link tree first, because they weren't enrolled yet in the WCR.org until the check went through the mail and all that stuff. But we wanted to get a jump start on introducing them to the WCR community at the local level and the state level, because we pretty much follow the state level as well.
Mm.
And it's very successful. I think it kind of gives them just a more localized approach, as opposed to sending them out to a website and the membership in a box, because we can't implement the membership in a box until they're fully enrolled onto the main website, because they don't have a logon, they don't have any of that yet. So until WCR National contacts them, they really can't even access the national website yet. So we have our link tree,
Mhm.
and that basically goes through like the Home Depot, all of what, I guess, all of the benefits of WCR without going to the national website first.
For
So we
sure.
kind of have to wait.
Yeah, okay, so love that. So I had to do the same my year. What I ended up doing is we got everyone's payment and had them fill out the paper application and submit them ourselves as well. That's what I did, helped us as, a lot. But in regards to the membership in a box, remember, membership in a box is a template for communication and tracking of your new members, right? So it's not like they need access to membership in a box, but you can start your new member post, you can start your conversations with these people, the interview process, orientation, especially if you have a CRM in place where you categorize new member, app sent, blah, you know what I mean? So you're waiting for them to show, but you want to give them benefits immediately. And the national website, honestly, it doesn't matter if they have a logon or not. In the meantime, if they want to see what benefits are out there, they can play on the national website without having any type of access. The access is just to update your profile, and, apply for PMN or something like that, but it does not keep you from seeing all the amazing information in WCR.org. But yeah, were you the one that sent that job form in the chat?
Yes.
Oh man, that was incredible. Yeah, that was good. I was like, man, screw the paper. We need to do that instead. So yeah, no, excellent idea. And we had success with that. So,
I have a question. I have a question for Cecilia. Cecilia, did you pay for that job acts form? Do you pay, or you just
free.
use the free one?
Yeah, it's free. Everything we try to do is free. We do have a CRM, and we are using the constant contact, because several members ago or several years ago, we started paying for it. So it just became part of our budget.
Okay.
We send out a newsletter every week. We have a member spotlight also. We have a director spotlight, so we can get to know the members on a really fun level. I can send that to you guys as well. It's really helpful trying to get something fun from the membership. And it's been very successful. But we're trying to implement more of the social media stuff because it just works. And really getting to know the members on a personal level instead of on a business level has been our focus for this year. Mainly because we want to keep the retention going. And a lot of feedback I have from last year's membership list was, well, all we did was go to meetings. And so that was kind of sad. So we're trying to just make it more about them and less about the organization and more about what we can do for them. And I think through that, they're going to learn more.
Sweet. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. You ladies have any other questions? Let me see the chat. Oh, look at Denora shared the link tree with us. You're still here. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy.
No, that's me, girl. That's me. I'm
Oh,
signing up
that's
for
you.
Nora's
Dang
account.
Oh,
I also put it in the WhatsApp chat. Same thing with the membership in the box. I also put the link in the WhatsApp chat so you guys can click it there as well.
Sweet.
And be on the lookout. I am going to share a YouTube video with everyone that it's an updated one from when we did national in 2022. They did it here. It's just a great video. It's short. I played it at a couple of events last year and people love it. And it's just talking about Women's Council, the benefits, and you'll see some people here from Florida. You'll see Charmaine, you'll see Denora. So I'll send everybody the link to that one so you can look at it. And I like to share. I shared it at a meeting and people were like, wow, they loved it.
Heck yeah. Well, ladies, oh, sorry, I went backward there again. Ladies, it has been a pleasure. I hope y'all got tons of value out of this. Our next meet will be probably the beginning of June, right before conference, and there possibly may be a breakout session for membership directors. So we highly encourage that not only you come, but whoever you have been cultivating a relationship as someone coming in as the membership director for 2025. We're just looking forward to helping y'all through this and helping y'all exceed your membership goals and becoming excellent membership directors for your networks. Last one. Any more questions? Sweet. Thank you so much, ladies. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you in a couple months, but we'll be live in the chat.
Thank you, Cassie. You're awesome.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great day.
What? You were there?
Yes, I know. It was awesome. I know it was perfect. I just had my camera off, just for not wanting to distract or anything, but amazing. I loved it. Oh, and it's Alexis. Hold on for one quick second. Hello. Oh, well, anyways, I'll let you go. I'm gonna get ready for my meeting. Oh, hi, how are you? Good morning.